Hello guys, how you doing? Hope you are doing well. Welcome to another edition of 711Y series. That's the name of our YouTube channel. And so today we are going to talk about something very interesting that I believe every one of us wants to hear, wants to know. And some people it can be a refresher. So today we are going to talk about ins and outs of someone who is successful. Of course, I'm sure in this world or where you live, you have encountered some individual who decide to rise up to the top. And so in this video, we are going to consider some of the skills, the schemes, or the tactics that they use in order to become successful. So I hope you have that desire to succeed and to excel in life, because that's what makes life to be interesting. So we're going to narrow down and zero in what do these people do? What do these people have in common? So if you're wondering, so how do I begin to see success as a lifestyle, success as a way of life? So I've realized that successful people plan properly. So we have to be very creative and very intentional when it comes to planning. We have to find out which plan works. We have to design. We have to evaluate and see all the processes that it is required for somebody to plan, because they count the cost. So successful people, they closely identify or examine their plan, and they make sure that that plan is executed, or rather it succeeds. So when it comes to plan, I need to ask myself this question. So how can I identify a right plan? Do I know how to plan? What are some of the things that I need to do in order for planning to be a success? Because success is part of planning. Without planning, you can't succeed. You can't elevate yourself to the top. So what are the qualities of a good plan? Now, when it comes to planning, the first thing that I believe, a plan, it has to be simple. It's something that you can explain to anybody. You see, if you cannot explain it to your 6-year-old kid, you cannot understand it. So it has to be simple. It has to be direct. This is what I want. There's nothing complicated about it. You simplify it. And then another characteristic of a good plan, it is based on the clear, defined objective. What exactly do I want to achieve? How will I achieve it? So that's another quality that you have when you're making a plan, you have to consider. The other thing is it has to be flexible. Sometimes plans don't go exactly the way you want. So how can you be flexible? How can you stretch? Or sometimes you can replan. So sometimes the unexpected happens. Now when the unexpected happens, you need to plan. You need to know what else can I do? Or sometimes you can say, I may have plan A, plan B, plan C, until you have got so many plans, so that if plan A fails, you are sure you have got plan B. So you have to be very flexible. Another thing, the quality of a good plan, it has to be comprehensive. What does that mean? It means it involves each and every aspect of objectives. So you need to know, how many people are they going to be involved in this thing? What are the process? What are the strategies do I need to put in place for that success to unveil itself? Another quality of a good plan, it has to be time bound. You have to know, when will I accomplish that goal? Now, the other thing you should know when it comes to plan, it provides the basis of analysis and classification of action. In other words, a plan is like a blueprint. It tells you what to do, when to do it, what you need, whom will you involve. So that's the quality of plans. Now, so the question is, then I have to ask myself, since I've known these qualities of a good plan, since I have an idea of how a plan looks like, so how well will I implement it? What are some of the steps do I need to take to initiate, to turn this idea into something tangible, it's something reality? What are the certain steps that I need to take? Now, first of all, I need to write down the goal. What exactly do I want? I I want to buy a house, for example. So you have to state it down, because they say most people who achieve their goals, they're the ones who write down on a notebook like this one. So you have to write down. You have to write down, because putting it in your mind, sometimes we forget. So it has been proven that most people who achieve their goals, they write it down, because when you write it down, you are focusing on it. You are saying, I'm going to get it. It means that you're serious. But sometimes you have a desire, you don't write, you even forget it. Something comes along the way. So you have to write down. And as you're writing down, you have to remember something, I call it smart approach. Your goals has to be smart. So let me break down the meaning of the word smart, or rather the acronym of the word smart. So S stands for specific. Your goal has to be specific. What exactly do I want? What do I really want? So you have to be clear and know. And by there I will encourage you to focus one goal at a time. You see, one of the mistakes that we do is that we have got so many goals, we want to achieve them immediately, or rather we want to achieve them at the same time, and sometimes we have no idea the pressure that comes from achieving goals. So I think the best idea when it comes to goal setting, set one goal and say, if I'm going to increase weight or reduce weight, or if I'm going to build friendship, just take one goal and you focus, put all your energies on that. You see, when you're specific, this is the who, what, when, why, and where. Why you want that goal to come into pass. So you have to be very specific. Describe exactly what defines success and what actions are you willing to take. So when you're writing down your goal, it has to be specific, and then it has to be measurable. How will you measure success? How will I know I'm making progress? So you have to review it. And then the other thing, it has to be attainable or achievable. Is this something that, is it something that I'm going to achieve? Do I have necessary skills? Now, if I don't have skills, what am I going to do to develop those skills? Do I have what it takes? Do I know what the kind of a person do I need to do to accomplish that task? And then the other thing, it has to be reasonable, or rather realistic. It's not something is in the skies. It's something that you plan, you are serious about it. So it's something that you look, this is where I am, what I'm going to do. So it has to be real. You have to realize it. And then it has to be time bound. When will you accomplish that goal? So when you do that, these are just simple steps that you can take, to plan up. So you have to write down. So you have to do it through smart analysis. The other thing is that you have to create a plan, or rather you have to create a plan by dividing your goals into chunks. What I mean is that little steps, one step at a time. That's how you make progress. That's how you many times you want something to be done instantly or immediately. So I will encourage you, divide your plan into small steps, one step at a time. Yeah.